Hello everyone, and welcome back to Seeker's Journey with our peaceful, loving, flower and berry exchanging family, the Seekers tribe, here in the full release version of Niche with all of our adorable eyeballs and all of our special mutations, the beautiful double helix, the gorgeous grass, and the many other amazing details that have come together to make up the full game. I'm still sort of stunned to realize that we are here, that this is happening, that the full release of Niche has occurred, and we are playing and having a great time. And I have some really great news just to get out of the way, a couple good things actually just to get out of the way before we really dive into things here. But guys! Niche has sold enough copies that they are going to be updating the game even more. Huzzah! I am so excited and so happy. You guys know I have fallen in love with Niche. I have been working so hard in it for so long, and I have truly just I backed it as soon as it came out on Kickstarter. I threw myself in as a dancing dingo, and that's one of the Kickstarter tiers that they had, by the way. I'm not actually a dancing dingo, just in case you were wondering. And I have fallen in love with it. We've put like over 150 hours into Niche, and I could still continue going on for 150 more. But knowing that there's going to be updates just makes me so excited to see where all of the adventures and where all of the journeys are going to go. And there's actually a few things in Niche that are still slated and known to come, such as adding in mustaches and beards on some of the nichelings. That is a Kickstarter promise. So in the future, you guys may actually see even more updates for Niche, even though this is a tribe to celebrate the full release version. And they are going to include beards, mustaches, all sorts of cool things. Personally, I would love if they could include like maybe adding camouflage by making yourself like a little leaf mane or something like that. That would be cool. But that's not something included. That's just an idea I've always loved. But that is one of the promises, the beards and mustaches of the future versions of Niche. And they have updated on the Steam discussion pages that is something that they're working on. And flying! Having wings and being able to fly for short distances, you guys. How amazing would that mutation be to really take to the skies? Oh, I would love to do our special bowerbird bird of paradise challenge next time when we have wings, actual wings and feathers. How fantastic would that be? Oh my gosh, that would just be absolutely amazing. So that's another thing that's coming up. And then something mysterious that I actually didn't know about until everybody in our comment section started talking about it, but Whale Island. Keep an eye out, guys, because apparently a whale island with all sorts of mysteries to discover while you ride around on the back of a whale that is also an island. Apparently that's actually in the lineup, and I have no idea how that would turn out, but I am so excited that those future adventures will be things that we'll be able to share together, and that Niche has indeed had enough support and sold enough copies and will hopefully continue to have a lot of momentum that they can do updates. They are going to be doing community polls, so if you want to really keep on top of what kind of things could be showing up in Niche, well, you could always stick to our videos, because you can be sure that I am always watching and eager and excited for every little wisp of news, and we'll be sharing it with you. But also you can check out the Steam discussion pages if you want to like be the first one to break the news of something really cool coming, which would be awesome. So you can check out the Steam discussion pages just to let you know that's where you're really going to see things, and I think that's where they're actually going to start doing polls in the future. Don't quote me on that, but that's my guess of what kind of content to add into Niche in the future. So that's really fantastic. There's that amazing news. I am so excited, so happy. It means that we enjoy our wonderful time with Jukesy here, and we get to see him and his beloved mate Hannah really take care of their family, pass on their legacy. We get to unlock all of these super awesome genetics, and then after their story, long in the distance, many days from now, starts to fade from the sky, then hopefully there will be an entirely new set of genetics and updates, and it just makes me so happy because the developers in Niche are truly some of the kindest people I've bumped into whilst telling our many hundreds of stories here on YouTube. So that being said, I'm sorry, I'm just so excited about that, and I have something important to tell you about this little family before we let them start picking things. But that being said, we also streamed niche yesterday for 2 hours, and it was one of the best experiences of my entire life. If you showed up for the Condiments War, and if you showed up and saw Honey the Fire Sprinter, Tumbleweed, the Valiant, if you saw those amazing ones and you're excited to see next week's stream, then let me know down in the comments. It was fantastic. You can see the entire stream we did with our Legend Hunters family. So not the Seeker's Journey like these guys, but the Legend Seekers / Legend Hunters is our special tribe that is for streaming purposes only, where you guys get to help name the nichelings. You guys get to help make the decisions of what happens to them. It was amazing. It was hilarious. It was some of the best gaming moments of my entire life, and I hope you'll enjoy. It is in our archive. You can see it in its entirety, all 2 hours in our YouTube archive. I'll set up a special little playlist for that episode. Oh my gosh, it was fantastic. But I just wanted to say that because that was absolutely awesome. So there's our 2 announcements, and our usual 6 minutes has passed. I'll continue on with this tribe longer as a result. Sorry guys, but oh man, so much niche news. It's been amazing. But I also wanted to kind of take those moments to get those things out of the way so we can really focus on our little tribe now, because oh my goodness, some of the beautiful fan art and stories that have been coming in from you guys about Jukesy and his mate Hannah, and the way that Jukesy so eagerly dashes around gathering up flowers for his mate, and how their children are really in love with the delicious taste of berries, just warmed my heart so much. And I really like how so many of you are looking at as being the next leader of this tribe, and I thought that was quite fascinating. She is the eldest child. I believe she's a little bit, she's older than her sister Sirara. Also, let me pull up the niche name list. You guys are always welcome to submit more niche names. I am always in need of more, and I do need to release this name list amongst many other niche goodies we have coming up. More on that in the future, oh my gosh. But I really thought it was interesting how so many of you have already fallen in love with Kissa. So I think we're definitely going to say that Kissa is starting to get, now she's an adult, she's starting to take on more of a leadership role in this tribe, but she's really watching how her father Jukesy just absolutely goes out of his way to spoil and to absolutely be enchanted with Hannah, her mother. And I think Kissa wants that in her life. She wants romance like that. And I think that she really admires her father's pink coloring too. I think having these berry and flower color markings, the berry and flower color coats, are what are actually super attractive to the females of the Legend Seekers, or not the Legend Seekers, that's the other one. Whoops, sorry about that. Cough, cough. Of the females of this Seekers tribe. So I think that they really are kind of like the berry and flower tribe already. And I think that Kissa is just really, really hoping she'll find someone who kind of not only has the right personality and is super kind like her dad, but might even look a little bit like her dad. Same colors. I think the closer a nicheling looks to a beautiful flower or a delicious berry, then the more attractive they are to the females of this tribe. So that said, I think Jukesy is actually going to start moving along, and we're going to send him sort of towards these flowers. I feel like he wants to really find some nice flowers for Hannah. So let's go ahead and let Sirari enjoy the delicious meat she just discovered. And she also found a nice berry bush, which is fantastic. We also have to be careful because there's so many nichelings. What? Oh my gosh. And then here we are, and Romu just met a beautiful female who's also berry colored. I'm going to name her Raspberry. Oh my gosh, that is so perfect. She is going to be named Raspberry. I can't believe that she just showed up out of the blue. Have some food, my dear. And hopefully, all right, let's rename her really quickly. I can't believe this. We really are creating the berry tribe. I should just rename it's the Legend Seekers, the berry tribe at this point. So let's go ahead and see. Oh, and they're not Legend Seekers. See, that's what happened. I named 2 tribes the Seekers. So we're going to rename this tribe the Berry Tribe. I'll vote. Should we rename this tribe the Berry Tribe? I say we go for it, and we stick to like fruits, and we try to go for the fruity colors and flowers and things. And we'll have to see how they can keep that kind of mentality alive when they live on Savannah Islands, but we'll see. Oh, maybe then they'll be like, oh, cactus colors are the coolest. Or maybe a nicheling that looks like cactuses. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. I apologize. I'm very excited and happy today after our stream yesterday. All right, so little Raspberry here has a lean body, and she's got fishing tail recessive, normal hind legs. She has E and F immunity. I will totally take that, even though she has short-sighted eyes. So let's go ahead. Let's check her immunity. Yes, and she and Romu and Raspberry can now have adorable little crumpet babies. And we'll go ahead and he'll reveal the grass around her. And she will go ahead. What do we smell with her? Ooh, a mole. There we go. Anything else nearby? So there's a mole nearby. So I think she would go ahead and maybe go hunt the mole. There we go. Oh, and who is this? Another newbie. Romu, he's really one for adventure, and he is definitely finding adventure. He's got to introduce Raspberry. She also has the beaver tail to the family, and I think they're about to have like an adopted son. Because I saw a rogue in the distance, and I think that Kisa might be a little curious about all of the hubbubaloo going on over on the other side of the island. And let's see, Juxie, I think he would gather up these berries rather than go for that bunny, because he knows that his beloved Hana really, really loves berries and really loves flowers. All right, and little Enola, I think she would actually... let's move over here. I think she would actually attack this mole. Okay, so she tried to attack the mole because Enola really looks up to her sister Sirari. The darker colors I feel like kind of are a little bit more aggressive, but she really looks up to her sister Inari and wanted to try to attack the mole the way that Sirari just did. So, sorry Enola. All right, there we go. And I think it's interesting. I wonder if Hannah, with her long claws and the kind of like red tipped claws that she has, I wonder if she actually is from a super aggressive tribe and Juxie is from a really kind of peaceful, flowery tribe raised in the big open fields of these grasslands. And so they met and she was just charmed by this more peaceful way of living. That would be kind of interesting. All right, let's go ahead. That's probably the case too. All right, and I think little Enola, there she goes. She tries to do another attack. Over here, Sirari would make short work of this bunny because she wants to really show off her bunny skills. We have a little Yui named after the moon, and Mikonia, who I don't know what her special abilities would kind of be at this rate. Berry collecting, actually. So we might send her out searching for berries in a bit. And Yui, the same thing. I wonder if the twins, these two twin sisters, would just kind of stay with one another. And then, let's see. We already got the berry meat, I believe, with Raspberry. So I think Raspberry would, let's see. Where's the, oh, are you a rogue male? I don't think that's a rogue male, but I do think it's a rustling in the bushes. Raspberry has a few days left to live. So we'll let her go ahead, kind of hang out over here and sort of get used to the tribe. And Romu has fallen for Raspberry, I think. In fact, I think maybe for males and females, the more berry colored you are, the more attractive you are as a mate. So I think that Raspberry over here is very attractive to Romu as well, because he has a very gentle heart too. And there's rustling in the bushes, so I feel like he would want to investigate just what that is all about. So, does that count as a berry coloring? Kind of? He's spotty. Oh my gosh. Vankier, normal eyesight, double nimble fingers. Are you kidding me? Okay, he just became one of the most handsome males in the entire tribe because the man can collect the most berries. Oh my gosh. All right, so we are going to name him. Let me zip around on the amazing name list that you guys have submitted. I think we're going to go ahead and name him Aruzo. I like that name a lot. Well, first we have to invite him into the tribe. There we go. And we're going to go ahead. Aruzo. There we go. So this is Aruzo. He is bright freaking red. This is amazing. He's got little curved ears, but I think that's just because he has the derp snout. He has a big body and he's got double nimble fingers. So he does kind of take your breath away with his appearance, that's for sure. And maybe he's like a little bit stinky. I don't know why. He kind of reminds me of cheese, like a mouse that's been rolling around in really stinky cheese. So Aruzo might not have, at first glance, very attractive traits, but then he wiggles his eyebrows knowingly and opens his paws to reveal piles of berries that he can collect. Because double nimble fingers, that's like for collecting. He is going to be very handsome. Oh my gosh. Guys, look. The man knows how attractive he is. Not only does he have double nimble fingers and 2 berry bushes right next to him, but he's got 2 unoccupied nests just waiting for a lovely female to stroll by. So I think thankfully Aruzo and Raspberry actually share F immunity, so I think Raspberry maybe had been searching for a handsome mate now that she's getting older in her years and she's ready to find a mate of her own. And, you know, a guy who can gather berries is nice, but Aruzo just wasn't to her taste. He's sassy and full of himself and smells a little bit like bad cheese. So I don't think she was very attracted to him and was like rolling her eyes and strolling away, and she happened to bump into very handsome young Romu. So I think that she's definitely enchanted with Romu, but she just came from having surveyed the nest of Aruzo and deciding that he wasn't good enough. We've got little Enola over here. She's probably commanded by her sister Kisa to help out with gathering the berries since she wasn't very good at getting the mole. And then I think that Kisa is going to hear this hubbubaloo and she's going to come running over to see just what is going on with her brother that caused all of this ruckus. And as soon as he gets out of the way, she is going to get a chance to check out Aruzo and all of his stinky cheese berry gathering double nest goodness. So I wonder if there's another female that might be good for Aruzo. Maybe Mikoana. Aruzo, where are you? Okay, G and F immunity and A and D immunity. Yui, maybe? Maybe Yui. I think we might send Yui up to him. Andy, pretty much any of my females would be fine for Aruzo. And I kind of feel like Yui might follow her sister Kisa, so we'll send her up as well. All right, and then Hana and her mate Juxi. I feel like Hana might actually grab some food and then go up to see what Juxi is up to because she misses Juxi. And Juxi found another permanent nest. Nice. But I just feel like he would want to, in their older age, find a spot where he and Hana could look over the beautiful flowers. And this is actually a portal to another island, so we might consider sending the children off on that direction. We'll have to see because we are trying to chase down some of the genetics. So let's see. I have done a few attacks. Let's see. Kisa. How much more collecting? Oh, we have to do so much more collecting before we're able to unlock Nimble Fingers. And I feel like Kisa really wants to try to leave Nimble Fingers in the lineage for her children. We might also have her try to mutate maybe Dots. Basically, having berry-colored children will be one of our subtle goals in this challenge. All right. Also feeding everyone because we're actually a little low on food, I just realized. All right, so let's go ahead. And Romu, Aruzo, you, sir, look at that. With one sweep of his fine paws, he can completely collect from that berry bush. And I think we'll have Romu. Is there any other food nearby? All right, I think Raspberry will jump over here. And she definitely wants Romu to stick with her, I think. But I think she wants to get a little bit of independence from the rest of the tribe areas. And then over here, Kisa, I think, like, it's love at first sight. But she is supposed to be a leader for this tribe in the future. She doesn't want to admit that she's been completely swept off her paws by the first glance of this guy's berry collecting abilities. So I feel like she would definitely try to play it cool, kind of survey the area around his nest, make sure that these berries are good, but really there's stars in her eyes and she's completely enchanted with this guy. All right, and then we have little Yui over here, who's still kind of young, so I'm going to let her stay here and just practice collecting berries. And Mikoani, I know that Enola really admires her older sister, So what would Sirari do? Sirari might jump down here. Oh, Sirari found a permanent nest. Might jump over here. I think I'm going to have Enola kind of follow her sister, and we can gather from this berry bush in just a second. And we might have Mikoani. I feel like Mikoani is really stubborn, so she might be our little digger trying to dig up some of the roots. If we can unlock Digging Paw and have that in the family, that would really help, but it's going to be a while before we unlock that. Right now it's just kind of like focus on survival, and then once we've achieved enough of just focusing on survival, we can probably focus on trying to gather up some better material. All right, speaking of which, oh, Juxie, that's right, you have Digging Paw. How did I forget? Oh, Juxie, there's even an entire berry bush right here for his lovely mate to be able to eat from while they look over at the beautiful flowers. But yeah, I'm gonna have to work really hard to feed this tribe already. It's a nice peaceful story, but we're kind of low on food. I could use some rain about now. Oh my, what was that noise? Was that a warning that we're running a little low on food? Okay, I don't think anyone took any damage, but we still have to be careful. All right, Enola I think would be commanded to help gather up some of the berries by her mother. And then Juxie, I think my friend, I could have sworn there was a root nearby. Yeah, there's a root right here that he can gather. And so he's got that spot covered. His mate Hannah, let's see. Yeah, Enola already gathered that. So his mate Hannah is going to work her way over to this berry bush, and she's very happy. Somebody killed a bunny. I just heard a bunny die, and it wasn't us. So that makes me a little curious over who just got that bunny. So Hana and Juxie are settling in and getting very comfortable for their final days. And I feel like little Yui would just kind of curiously explore around her family home. Mikoani we'll send over here to gather up from there because she's a little hungry. We're a little low on food, which is not good. Enola, is there some roots nearby or anything? Not really. I feel like Enola might need to start moving out. I think she's a little nervous because she's a bit peckish and her parents have just kind of disappeared. And Sirari, I think we're going to go ahead and have her start running for it this direction because there's some moles and some bunnies up here that she might be able to hunt. And I think her little sister will give chase and try to join her in just a second. All right, Romu, right over here. The berry bush is empty. That wasn't supposed to happen. I needed food from there. Oh dear. All right. There we go. Raspberry found herself some bunny meat. She's showing, I think she would be showing Romu kind of with a laugh, the laugh of somebody who's a lot older and has lived on this island longer, that you can't just go at a sedate pace. If you want to get those berries, you have to get them before the bunnies do. So I think that she's kind of showing Romu the ropes, and hopefully they'll be able to find a nest and have some beautiful babies soon. Speaking of which, over here, we have lovely Kisa, who is doing her best to examine the area around Rozu just a little bit more. He is quite enchanting, and he does happen to have these amazing berry bushes and quite a few roots, and he's got great berry bush collecting collecting abilities, etiquette, there we go, great berry bush collecting etiquette, and two lovely nests. So I think that Kisa is quite enchanted, even if he is a little bit sassy and smelly, and so close to being able to pass on nimble fingers, but hopefully his kids would inherit one of his nimble fingers. I think that a lot of people were saying, oh Siri, they'll always inherit one arm gene from the father and one arm gene from the mother, but I don't think it works like that. I think you have independent chances of inheriting the arm genes, one per gene. So what I mean by that is I think what happens when they have a child is that the game goes, okay, here's the left arm. Do they inherit from the mother or father? And then they assign it, and then they go, okay, here's the right arm. Do they inherit from the mother or father? And then it decides it. I don't think that the game looks at the arms as a set and then always will assign one arm from the father and one arm from the mother randomly. I don't think that's what happens. I think the arms are treated as independent traits. And if that made sense to you, awesome. If it didn't, don't worry about it. Rain! Huzzah! We're saved! We're saved, you guys! But I think we're gonna start over here and we're gonna see the bunnies are coming. So I think Raspberry would kind of laugh and show how you have to like clear the bunnies out of the way or they're gonna get the best of you. And so laughing here in the rain together, kind of cackling about, like, well, cackling is a little bit weird, but you know, like laughing and playing in the rain, chasing bunnies away from the berries. I think that it would just be love. These two would just have fallen for each other. And we're gonna have Raspberry hopefully have children with better eyesight, and Romu will hopefully pass on, let's see, does he have good eyes? He has good eyes, so he should hopefully pass that on. Eyesight, I think, is a linked gene. Like, you either have good eyes or you don't have good eyes. Let's see, and I think that he would also possibly pass on, it'd be fun if he could pass on violet eyes, so we could get the violet or green or blue, you know, like berry colored eyes on these little nichelings. What else could he pass on? Medium body, stripes, a little mask. Let's see, medium ears, round ears, Berina ears, big ears. Oh, look at that big nose. Explore on the grasslands, and it should give him better noses, which is kind of adorable. Maybe runner's leg for now? Like, what kind of genes does he have? He's already got doubles runner's leg, and she has velvet paw and claw. So it'll be interesting to see what their children have. They've got medium tail, but it doesn't really help with anything we're currently doing. Fishing tail, swimming tail is actually hard to unlock because you have to travel to new islands to find it. Hind legs. I think that we're gonna go ahead and have Romu just by chance possibly pass on. Let's do these blue eyes, the adventurous blue eyes. So we'll give him that as a possibility to pass on to his children. And then let's have her make a nest. And so Raspberry and Romu, hiding in the grasses, laughing in the rain, are ready to have their first child. And I think that's absolutely perfect and beautiful. And let's see, we're going to have Hannah. She's older now. I don't think she needs to have more kids. But she and her mate are very happy. They've got their little spot on the cliffside, their retirement cliffside where they can relax. I think that would make them quite happy. And then I think the rest of the girls would be busy gathering all of the berries that they could possibly carry off the bush because the rain has come and they are a berry-loving tribe. So even those who want to go out and find bunnies to chase and to hunt down are not immune to how delicious berries are. So on that note, Sirari. Oh, look at that. There we go. No, Sirari, you were supposed to get... Oh, dang it. Okay. Sirari just wasted all her moves because I thought she had a different setup than she did. But over here, we're once again confronted with the sight of the handsome Arozu, who I cannot get a very good... He's not really attractive at either angle. I'm trying so hard to kind of zip in and be like, and here's Arozu, and he's got some interesting genes. Yeah, he's got some interesting genes. I can't really swing in and make this guy stand out in a positive way. I mean, look at his little eyeball. Okay, maybe is this Arozu? Is this the best you've got to like show yourself off to? Maybe this side? You know what, Arozu? Forgive me, because you know what? You're good from any angle. You just be you, Arozu. And the longer I look at him, he looks like peppermint, doesn't he? I wonder if he kind of smells faintly of rotten cheese and peppermint. And maybe the berries that he offers taste a little bit like peppermint. I could see how that would completely enchant Kisa. So I think we'll go ahead and we will allow them to start having children in just a second as well. Let's see, Kisa, what kind of traits? Well, I'm trying so hard to hold off until we can have nimble fingers for Kisa. Oh, that's so close, you guys. Okay, I want Kisa to be able to pass on the violet eyes to represent the fact that she really loves berries. And then Arozu here needs to pass on, I think, normal eyesight. So if he could have normal eyesight and like normal snout, that would be really fun. Or like not the good blood clotting. What does it take to get the good blood clotting? Let's see. Normal blood clotting, 10 generations. So yeah, he's not going to pass that on. But maybe violet eyes as well, like a chance of passing on violet eyes. Maybe short snout. Oh, that would increase smelling. We're gonna do that. Not because I don't like his derp snout, because I try to be really accepting of whatever the nichelings look like, but because we're gonna say he's very smelly. So we're gonna increase the highest number of smells that we can have, the short snout. I'm gonna go ahead and give him that. Because, I guess derp snout actually gives you the same amount of smelling. So I guess we'll go ahead and do normal eyesight then for him, because I do want to try to fix their eyes. All right, so that being said, I think that he would be very proud to go ahead, show off his amazing berry picking abilities. Just like that, Kisa didn't have to lift a paw. His beloved possible mate won't ever have to worry about such things, because he can just collect all the berries for her with the sweep of his paws. I think that's amazing. All right, so I think that covers everybody. And we've got our lovely Raspberry and Romu playing in the rain under this tree, falling in love over chasing berries away from, oh no! The clatter of bones! Oh no, our little retired couple over here has just died. Oh, Hana, Juxie, I'm always gonna remember both of you. Was there a grandson or a granddaughter born who we could... Oh, Laura! Okay, we're gonna rename this little one Hana with 2 N's after her grandmother, or actually Hana with 2 A's. There we go. After her grandmother, who has just passed away before she ever got to meet this little one. And little Hana is actually very strong. She's actually super strong. She did not end up with those blue eyes, but that's okay. I think she's really adorable. She has ENC immunity, and she's pretty darn healthy. She's got short-sighted eye recessive, but otherwise she's pretty good. So I think that Romu would have been very happy to name his daughter after his parents, who have now just passed away and never got to meet his wonderful mate, which is such a pity. But I think that we've got a wonderful love story going on with Romu and Raspberry down there. We've got a wonderful story with Sirari really trying to find out, really trying to become stronger and kind of finding herself frustrated. She's not able to win the battles the way that she thinks she can. And instead, she's just faced with a berry bush, which is not a very fierce opponent. Also, we unlocked a new gene to mutate. Tell me, it's Nimble Fingers! Yes! All right, we're going to add this into the family tree. Thank you very much. And I think I'm going to add with Rozu, I think I'm going to give him the tiny pattern, because I've never tried that before. And I think it'd be interesting to see if he ends up with like little berry tiny patterned children. So I'm going to have him gather up these berries like so. And that will have once again enchanted his lovely new mate, because Kisa will think that's pretty awesome. She didn't have to lift a paw, but she can kind of survey and oversee that everything is going okay with the tribe, thanks to Arozu's efforts. So she'll kind of tidy things up, look around herself, and go ahead and take on this stinky cheese Don Juan as her mate. And I think they're going to have tons of children. I thought we would actually send another female over to Arozu, but I think that he and Kisa are just kind of a pair now, and she'll just jump between the nest having tons of babies. So that's what's going on that side. Enola is still gathering up things. I think she would be a little curious what happened to her parents. It's kind of sad. Oh my goodness. And speaking of kind of sad, gentle-hearted Yui is sitting here. Bunny, run away, Bunny. Now I don't have the heart to attack it. I think Yui is going to be Yui the gentle-hearted, and we'll give her nimble fingers as well. And I don't think that she would have had it in her to actually be able to attack the little bunny. And I wonder, there are ways actually that you can make your nichelings so weak that they don't have any attack. The medium body is what has given her some attack, but I think that you can actually make it so that, well, I think you can also just decide, like, no nichelings can eat meat, but just for the fun of it, because that little bunny crawled under her legs and it's been so long since we've had that happen, I'm going to say that Yui of the Nimble Fingered just doesn't have it in her to attack little rabbits, and so we're going to give her a white patterning that might be passed on to her children, and maybe we'll end up with some sort of like special peaceful seer who has white patterned coats. So we'll see how that works out. But I think she would kind of start moving around. Too bad she can't eat from any of these nuts. So unfortunately, we don't have any cracking ability for all these nuts. But there we go. We'll clear this away. I think that's everybody. So alright guys, next time we come back, we're gonna have a great time seeing what Raspberry and Romu do now that they have fallen in love and they are going to have children under this beautiful tree. And we're going to see how Kisa, who's kind of in charge of the tribe, and her stinky cheese peppermint berry collecting mate, we're going to see what kind of awesome children they have and where the legacy of our Seekers tribe, who I will now rename the Berry tribe, seeking out all of the different genes. I mean, I guess eventually we'll have to abandon the berries because we're trying to unlock all the mutation genes. But we'll see where the legend of this tribe goes. I'm so excited because Niche is going to continue to have updates. I had all of my fingers and paws crossed, really hoping that it would go well. You guys know how much I love the game, and I just cannot wait to stream with you again. And I can't wait to tell so many more stories. So I'll see you all next time. Bye bye!